My name is Bumpa, and welcome to my first episode of Breaking Down the Build. In this episode, we're going to go over two clips. The first one we're watching now is a endgame situation. I am top 2. I saw my enemy run to get the supply drop, so I know exactly where he is. At this moment, I realize that I can take high ground from him pretty easily because I have a launch pad in my inventory. So I launch pad to this hill right here, okay? I know he's below me down here, and I did take a calculated risk by doing this because I know that the circle's coming in, and if I launch pad to this hill, I'm giving up potential circle advantage, but I'm fairly confident in my ability to kill this last player. So I launch pad to the other hill, realizing my opportunity to take high ground from this player immediately, and I take the opportunity. I launch pad over here. Let's see how this plays out from here. So I'm launch padding over here. Immediately, you can tell this player knows what he's doing because he realizes what I'm doing by taking high ground by going to this hill, and he immediately starts building up over here. Let me slow this down for this next part. So I'm coming in. I drop so that I get to the ground faster because I know that he is pushing up to me. So as soon as I hit the ground, I place walls so that if he gets up to the hill, he cannot immediately shoot me. Okay? This building technique I'm about to show you is what I sort of call the wiggle one by one. It's where you do wall in front or a wall to the side or two walls, floor, then ramp. You'll see it right here. Wall, wall, floor, ramp. Okay? This gives me quick high ground without having to go all the way around me to build a one by one. This is sort of a quick pseudo one by one. This is a very important technique in build fights. You should really focus on perfecting this. Okay, now I'm going to do another level of this. Same thing, wall, wall, floor, ramp. And as soon as I get this second level, I know that he's still below me, so I throw ramps up in front of me so that I can get over top of him and control the high ground above him. Okay? We're going to continue watching at half speed because it's easier to break down. Walls around the sides so that just in case he's going to spam out my ramp, he can't. Structuring is very, very, very important in this game. The way that you structure your builds will decide the outcome of a fight. If you build ramps without building walls to properly structure your ramps, you can get shot out and you can lose the high ground immediately. Having good structuring means winning the game. Okay? I've located the player. I realize he's coming up from below me. Immediately floor. Okay? I pop up. I don't like the angle that this guy is coming at me at. I would much rather hop up on this floor so that I have a platform to run around on and get a shot off, okay? Floor, wall, ramp, just so I get the extra high ground. Shotgun comes out. I have high ground here. I have a clear advantage on this player. I am looking to do damage on him, okay? I take the shot. I'm a bot. I whiff, shoot my floor for 100. As soon as I take that shot, I am putting down walls to block damage from this player. My goal in every single build fight I get into, do as much damage as possible while taking as little damage as possible. That is very, very that is common sense if I say it out loud like that, but a lot of players will, as soon as they start their engagement, they will not break it off with walls. They will start the engagement and immediately commit to it 100%. By putting walls down and blocking the shot of this player who is below me, I am continuing to stay at an advantage on him and I am building up above him. Okay? So wall, floor to pop myself up again so I have a platform to run around on and shoot at him with. Immediately, shotgun comes back out. I'm looking to do more damage. I jump because he is still in this ramp. I don't know if I missed here. The replay is a little bit weird. I think I hit him for that 100, but it could have been structure damage. Anyway, you see this player is playing hyper aggressive towards me, okay? I am using a pump shotgun. I do not have the luxury of quickly pulling out my shotgun, and I have committed to putting this wall down, okay? This wall, I've committed to the build because I am in a rhythm right here. Whether it be good or bad, I am in a rhythm right here where I shoot and build. This player smartly holds W towards me and he's pushing me aggressively to get in my face since he has a shotgun that fires faster than mine and can do more damage at close range. So to counter this, I'm putting a wall up, and as you watch, I put another wall up and then a ramp immediately underneath it so that I can get above him. He does do damage to me here. I am not exactly sure how much just because of the way the replay editor works. But wall ramp, it's the exact same wiggle one by one technique that I showed you at the beginning of this fight. It's coming into play to safely block myself up and trap this player. What I could have done here though, this is something you'll see Cypher do a lot is I have him trapped underneath this ramp. If I put a wall right here, I've got him boxed in completely. I can trap my walls and kill him without ever having to take another shotgun shot at him. For some reason, my brain doesn't think of this while I'm in the fight, and I continue to build above him. Not a terrible move, but probably not the smartest. As you can see, shotgun comes out, wall. If I just put a wall right there, I have him boxed in completely. I can trap him. I can get an easy kill on him. I can win the rest of the game, no harm, no foul. But instead, I put another floor down and I continue to build up above him. This player, you can clearly tell he's not the greatest at countering in build fights because of the way that he's building. He's sort of just hitching his ramps and his floors onto my stuff instead of building out and aggressively trying to take high ground. He's not playing to take high ground. He's playing to try and kill me right now. And that's not what you want to do when you have low ground. So I'm above him right here. I'm trying to locate him. And since this player hasn't been building to try and take high ground, he sort of slips off the side and drops to the bottom. And the rest of this fight is easy cleanup. Easy cleanup for me. I have complete high ground right now. No reason for me to drop down to the bottom. I just spam my AR. He can't get out of this situation, and eventually I catch up to him and kill him. And that's the game won. So that's fight number one. Some things to touch up on that we went over in this. Wiggle technique to get high ground quickly without having to build a full one by one. After shooting your shotgun, put walls and floors down to get distance and create space between you and your enemy. And when you have high ground, secure it, keep it, kill your enemy from above, don't drop to their level. All right, that's fight number one. Here is clip number 2 of Breaking Down the Build episode 1. In this clip, we're going to be playing duos with my brother, and we are pushing a team that has high ground currently. I'm building up. I spot this player bandaging out in the open. Not a smart move by this guy. He should have a wall up to prevent any possible damage. He may think he's safe up there, but you're never truly safe with the building mechanic in this game. Always box yourself in before you go for meds. That's just a quick tip. This isn't me breaking down the build yet. As we go up, you see I get an easy headshot on him. I'm continuously building up. I'm putting ramps. I'm not doing any structuring yet just because I haven't been shot at yet and engaged. But as I'm getting closer to the top, you can see I'm starting to put walls down in front of my ramps. Structuring is extremely important in this game. If you have bad structuring, you will die by rifle spam. This is the only counter to rifle spam on your buildings. Continue to build up, structuring as we go along. You saw me structure the 2 walls. Most that I could have gotten away if I hadn't put those walls down, but you need to get in the habit of always doing that. I see my opponent start to build up to me at this point, and I put a floor down and another ramp just to secure high ground. Now I know at the angle that he is coming up at me at, he cannot take high ground from me directly. He's going to have to go off to one of the sides. Right here, you can see he builds floors to get out on the side. What he should do right here is he should turn around immediately. Like, as soon as you go here, he needs to know that I have the ability to shoot him right here. He needs to flip around, place walls down immediately, and then put a ramp on top of the wall so that he can try and get above me at this point. I'm not exactly sure what he does here, but let's find out. As you see there, he jumps and goes for a shot. He needs to spin around, place a wall here, and then ramp up above. I miss my shot, lucky for this guy, but if I hit my shot there, he is giving me an opportunity to do free damage on him, and you never want to do that in this game. So he jumps. As soon as I see him jump at me after I take my shot, I am putting walls down so that he cannot follow up with anything else. I take my shot that you'll see this time and time again. All the good players do this. You take your shotgun shot and you build walls immediately to block any potential damage. That needs to be your first thing. It makes it easier when you have high ground. So if you have high ground, always shotgun shot, build back for high ground so they cannot counter you and take it back. If you are in low ground, you need to be focused on getting high ground and not so focused on doing damage. Low ground, get high ground before you do damage. High ground, get damage, then build to control your high ground. I'm just searching for this player right here. He's still doing the floor around technique where he's trying to find me. He's underneath me, and I do not like the angle he's coming at me at, so I feel I'm just going to block this off. I'm going to pop up. I'm going to build one more layer right here. I'm going to put a floor down underneath me so I have a platform to run around and look for this player on. As you see right there, I'm looking for him. I see him coming up this ramp. I build one more floor right here. Honestly, if I'm looking at this objectively, that was sort of unnecessary. I could have stayed on the platform I just had there and done damage to him as he's coming up. But for some reason, I still felt the need to put these walls in this ramp here, and I go for more damage, get a good shot on him, do decent damage, and I know he's weak now. Immediately, I build floors to connect to his thing, because he's messing up his build here, and he's got this floor down right here. Let's see if I can find him. Nope, that's a bush. That's my teammate. Here he is. So he's right here, and he's putting floor down to try and ramp back up, but I've just done damage to him and I've sort of flustered him. So let's go back to me. I put the floors down to connect and then immediately another ramp on top of him. This ramp blocks him from building up to me. Look, he can no longer get up to me in the intended route that he wanted to go to. So now he has to veer off to this side over here. He has to jump around or build some weird ramp. Going back to me. What I'm about to do next is sort of an advanced technique to in anything. You're going to have to put in a lot of time to do this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump and I'm going to edit out this ramp so that I fall down behind him. Because of the way that I've been fighting this guy this whole time, I've sort of been keeping high ground from him. So I expect this guy to try and push for high ground around the side over here, over here. So what I'm doing here is I'm editing out this ramp so he doesn't think I can come from here, but I'm going to drop right behind him and get 2 easy shots on him and clean up this fight. Right here, edit, behind him. He does not, look at this. He never once suspected me here to drop behind him because of this ramp that I had put here. So I get free damage on him from behind. He has to whip around to try and do damage, or he has to turn around at 180 to try and do damage on me. And if you are ever in a situation that this guy isn't right here, where you have to turn around and 180, his first reaction should not be to shoot me with that shotgun. He needs to be putting walls up right now to block any future damage because I am in an advantage right here. I have him in my crosshair. I have an easy kill on this guy. He needs to build to block damage before he goes for shots on me, but he makes the mistake of going for the shotgun shot immediately. And I just clean him up with an easy tack shot. I'm going to rewind this really quick just to show you this from his perspective, what it looks like where I drop behind him. And then we'll get out of here. So right here, I shoot him right here. He puts his walls up to block the shot. Floor and ramp. I have him blocked above. He does not expect me to come from behind him. He floors. I edit out this ramp, drop behind him. Instead of going for the walls to block this second shotgun shot, he just goes for this shotgun damage, mainly because he's probably confused at how he just got shot like that. But he doesn't go for the walls to block off any damage, and I clean him up easily with my second tack shotgun. I hope this video helped you guys, and I'm going to be trying to do this more and more often. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know. You can watch me live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Bumpa. If you have any constructive criticism for this video, please let me know. Leave it in the comments section down below. I appreciate you guys for watching this. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one, boys.